if I've learned anything about the internet, it's that people will sometimes try to take your stuff, if it's any good, because people sometimes feel like, oh, it's online and therefore I can have it. No, that's not how this works. I've gotten more and more serious over the last year about intellectual property and keeping track of what I've created, trademarking some of my phrases, and getting some copyright protection. If you don't know too much about trademarking and copywriting, and frankly, I wouldn't expect you to, I highly recommend looking into it. I actually took a class on trademarking and everything and how to do it from Christina Scalera at the Contract Shop, at thecontractshop.com. So I'd recommend checking that out if you're thinking about trying to get some legal protection over some of the phrases or logos, anything you use in your business that are important to you and that you want to keep as part of your business. So a few years back, I wrote a poem called 16 Things I Would Want If I Got Dementia. And to hear the full story about this, I highly recommend tuning into my podcast, Dementia by Day, available anywhere you get your podcasts. I have an episode coming out next Monday about that. So the week after that, I have an episode about why I'm trademarking my phrase, embracing their reality. So I'll give you the short version here, the teaser trailer version. And the teaser trailer version is, sometimes you put stuff on the internet and people want to take it. So I wrote that poem a few years back. And at some point, I think it was 2016, I had a Canadian blogger co-opt the poem and try to sell it on a poster on her website. This ended up being a back and forth email battle. I had to enlist an attorney, an intellectual property attorney, and we had to send her a cease and desist. She took it down on the last possible day. I couldn't believe somebody was trying to profit off of my work. I thought that was so crazy. But it happens all the time, unfortunately. So in the last year, I've gotten pretty serious about keeping track of things that I've created and where they live on the internet and how I can keep track of who has it. And I'll say this, most people are really great. Most people reach out to me and say, Rachel, I love this poem. Can I distribute it to my church group and put your name on it? I said, as long as my name is on it, that's fine. I've encountered similar issues with some of my phrases, including and especially embracing their reality, which is the way that I teach dementia care communication. I run into people using the phrase rarely because I'm the only person that I know who uses it. So using the phrase and then not attributing it to me. And once I actually had kind of a back and forth argument with somebody who was saying that they had the right to use it, even though it was in the process of being trademarked, and they could see that on the USPTO website. So again, I needed to involve my intellectual property attorney to get that taken care of. Somebody wrote to me on LinkedIn and said, well, this isn't fair because now no one can use that phrase. That's not true. You can use that phrase. And in fact, I'd like for people to use the phrase embracing their reality with the fact that they're attributing it to me. Even if they don't like the phrase, I'd like for it to be attributed to me. So the thing about the internet, I guess, is that you have this amazing world where you can put out all of your content and you can let people know who you are and what you teach and what you do. But then you also have to be careful keeping track of your intellectual property. And that has been such an eye-opener for me in the last few years that it made me this past year sit down and go, okay, I actually need to trademark some of these phrases. I need to trademark Dementia by Day. I need to trademark embracing their reality. I need to look into anything else that I have to go through the process and get trademarked. So if you have things in your own business, in your own life that you say, again, your logo, anything that you want to keep, that is relevant to you and belongs to you, and you started saying it or whatever before anybody else, I really recommend looking into taking care of some of that intellectual property. Unfortunately, people sometimes feel like they want to take it.